Alright, so here's a thought for today. Often you'd be forgiven for thinking that to be effective and confident, you need to be rude, a bit of a dick. And it's an easy mistake to make because often we see around us people who are rude and a little bit abrasive, maybe slightly bullying. They seem to do pretty well. You know, who hasn't had a manager who's a bit too assertive, perhaps, who doesn't take a bit of glee out of making people feel bad about the level of effort they've put in, who don't get a kick out of asserting themselves. So there's this kind of mistaken, what's the word, consensus, if you like, that in order to be good at what you do and to get stuff done and to be effective, you have to be a bit of a dick. But that's not the case. And when you're someone who is perhaps a little bit shy is not the word, but lacking in self-esteem, not perhaps as confident as someone else, even though you might have the skills and abilities, more so than someone who talks the talk and walks the walk, what can you do? So I read something yesterday very interesting. Someone said there are some things you can do in order to kind of be effective and make yourself heard. So one of them is to, first of all, be direct. And that doesn't mean being kind, but it's just saying what you want. You don't have to be aggressive, you don't have to be forceful, but you just have to be direct. In order to do that, you have to have the courage to do so. And I've spoken about courage a lot on here, but just imagine what the confident version of yourself would do and what they would say. You don't have to be rude, just be direct. Just say, this is what I want. I don't agree. You know, it doesn't have to impinge on etiquette. Just say, I think this is the way forward. And, you know, just if you don't agree with something, just say, I don't agree, and I'll do it, but you have to know I'm doing it against my better judgment, and this kind of thing. So it's just about asserting what you think. It doesn't have to be rude, doesn't have to be aggressive. And then the other thing to remember is to be kind, because when you're asserting yourself, quite often it's easy to let that become, like I said earlier, a bit aggressive. And being kind isn't the same as being nice. You don't have to be meek, you don't have to be a walkover. But what being kind means is to be measured and to understand the other people's feelings and take them into account. And also to be empathic and compassionate. So understand where the other person's coming from. So if someone isn't doing what you want to do, try and understand why they're not doing what you want them to do. What is it that is making this seem so uneasy for them? And then if they continue to not deliver or not do what you want, then that's the time to challenge, and that's the time to kind of say, well, maybe this isn't working out, and you know, maybe empathy isn't the answer here, but something a bit more assertive is. So that's something, just a thought for today. So to get what you want, be direct, have the courage to be that way, but also remember to be kind. So 3 things: have courage, be kind, and be direct. And you know, that's the alternative to being a bully and a bit of a dick if you're in a leadership role, or even if you just want to assert yourself and assert what you think and what you want. All right, well, so it's a bit of a rambling one again, but you know, it's nice to get out of the house and get into some countryside here. Lovely and lush in it. All right, have a nice evening. Cheers.